Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Wednesday, the 27th of March 2023. In today's Millwall news, Romain Essse started for England under 18s. He played 61 minutes and was substituted along with the rest of the team. So there he is in the middle, front and centre. He's wearing the number 7. This is against Croatia, so England won 2-1. However, let's just read it and see what happens. So Job Bellingham, is it Job or Joby? I don't know. And Joel and Dalla on the score sheet for the Young Lions. England under 18s came from behind to beat hosts Croatia 2-1 on Wednesday afternoon. Neither side had found the breakthrough in the opening period before a manic spell saw 3 goals in as many minutes. Croatia took the lead on the 67th minute before Leo Castledine set up substitute Job Bellingham for the equaliser moments later, and an incredible period was rounded off when fellow replacement Joel Ndala scored the winner on 69 minutes. So literally Croatia scored on the 67th minute, England replied in the 68th minute, and then they took the lead a minute later in the 69th. So next up for England under 18s is Belgium on Friday at 12 p.m. Local time before the trip is concluded against Switzerland on Monday the 27th of March. As you can see, so as I expected, there's literally a complete change of team except for the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper stayed in position. So here we go. Romain Essse wearing the number 7, starting there, and the substitutes, they all came on in the 61st minute. Esse was subbed off for Joe Bellingham actually. So yeah, you can see all of the substitutes took place on the 61st minute, and then literally, 6 minutes later, the floodgates opened and everyone started scoring. So yeah, there you go. I believe I may be incorrect, but I believe that is the first Millwall player to represent England at any level since Ryan Sanford in 2016. So there you go, Romain Essse. I think obviously game on Friday, I think that's going to switch around, so they'll have the sub starting, and then maybe they'll make changes later on, and then we'll see what happens in the third game. But there you go, starting. I literally have we have no idea. This, I doubt this was filmed. I don't think it was filmed. We didn't even get live updates as the game was going on. We only found out about the result after the game was played. Reason why that is, if you're bothered, if you care, it's because under 18s is not an international recognised age bracket. They have under 19s and they have under 17s, and this is internationally recognised by FIFA and UEFA. So they recognise under 17s, they recognise under 19s, and then they recognise under 20s because the Olympics decided to go with under 20s. So they recognise 17, 19, 20, and 21, of course. Cresswell will play for them this week. But they literally don't recognise under 18s. So any under 18 game is literally a friendly. You can't get an official sanctioned under 18 game. So what it basically means is the under 18s is kind of like a B team for the under 19s. It's the players are kind of not really at that level yet, not at the age, maybe they're a bit too young to get into that under 19s. So there you go, Romain Essse there. Shame that this picture's got this. They put this blue border in, and you can't really see the picture properly. But there you go. They all look very serious. They do look very serious. It's literally just a kickabout, a friendly, but yeah, there you go. Croatia won England under 18 2. Romain Essse playing 61 minutes. Now, moving on to this from southwarknews.co.uk. Trio set to return as Millwall near fully fit squad from promotion running. Callum Styles is the only long-term injury doubt heading into the final few weeks of the season. Yeah, Millwall are nearing a fully fit squad for their final 8 games of the season, as 3 of their 4 injured players are close to making a comeback. Now, the World Cup break, as we saw, kind of maybe messed us up a little bit. This international break has come just at the right time, because it's allowed our injured players to come back and get a bit fit. So we'll see how fit they do get. Will they be playing matches behind closed doors with each other, with the under 21s? Maybe they'll get another team in, but we'll see what happens. So Tyler Burry, Mason Bennett and Billy Mitchell are all out for returning to training next week ahead of the Lions trip to West Brom, although it remains to be seen whether any of them will be fit to feature at the Hawthorns. Manager Gary Rowett is aware that they have not trained for a number of weeks and may need some time to return to their best. However, he stressed, while he won't push them too hard, they will be needed soon in order to rotate his team and keep everyone fresh throughout promotion running. Really? We just lost against Huddersfield because you started the same team 3 games in a row, even though you didn't need to. You could have made at least one change. You just played the same starting 11 in 3 games in a row in a week. But now he's happy that these players are coming back, because then where he can not use them. We've got Billy, Mason and Tyler, who aren't a million miles away, but aren't here yet, Rowett explained. I think the challenge then is that they wouldn't have trained and played as much. I don't necessarily think that at that point you can just chuck those players back into a team and it'll be fine. We're still going to have to try and find that balance. It's not going to be one where you've got 2 or 3 games to get someone up to speed. Players are going to have to be ready to go into the team and affect the game. Certainly the squad training will look a little bit healthy if those players come back with no injuries. Callum Styles is the only long-term injury out at the moment, but he struggled to stay fit during his loan spell from League One outfit Barnsley. Rowett refused to rule out the prospect of the Hungarian international featuring a game this season, but admitted that he is unlikely given the severity of his knock. What about if we get to the playoffs? Will that be an option? Yeah. Obviously, they will be taking place in late May. Now we're going to move on to this, also from southernnews.co.uk. Millwall boss relishes chance to a reset during international break. The Lions have a 2-week break before their trip to West Brom as they prepare for their final championship fixtures. Gary Rowett believes that Millwall's form heading into the international break is irrelevant. These players will benefit from a fortnight off to recover ahead of the final weeks of the season. The Lions will play their final 8 games of the campaign over a 5-week period, starting with a trip to the Hawthorns to face playoff rivals West Brom on May 1st. It will certainly be a busy run of fixtures, much like the one in February, where they picked up 12 points from just 7 matches, capitulating catapulting them towards the top end of the division. Their finale will be equally as demanding, meaning that the international break arguably comes at a crucial time. Last month, Millwall's first-team squad struggled to stay fit despite their impressive form, with Rowett forced into making numerous changes to keep his team healthy. Aside from their 4 internationals, the rest of the players will have ample time to recharge their batteries, giving them a fantastic chance of achieving their goal of a top 6 finish. I've said it many times when there's an international break. I think you have to accept that the break's there, the manager said after his side's 1-0 defeat to Huddersfield Town. Everyone gets the same break, whether you won, lost or drawn going into the break, whether you're going in good form or bad form. It's kind of irrelevant. I think for us, we've got players that have put an awful lot of effort into these period of games. If you'd have looked at the period of games, people would have been disappointed to lose today. But we're beating Sheffield United here. We've drawn to Burnley here. We've taken some big scalps here and played really well in games. We have to accept today that we're going into the break a little bit disappointed. We can't let that take away from what the players have done, the position that the players have put themselves in. It's still a brilliant position to be in the top 6, with 3-point advantage, 8 games left. You can't have too many games like today where you don't quite do enough to win the game. Yeah. Yes. And we do need to win games now. So if we find ourselves in the position where we're doing a lot of attacking, we're doing a lot of shots on goal, but we haven't scored yet. Maybe you should make the changes at half time because that's not good enough. So just a little look at what we've got coming up. So here we go. These are a little reminder, the auctions for the shirts. That glorious game against Huddersfield. Don't you want to own a piece of that memorabilia from that game? Yeah, the shirts are up for auction. This is from millwallfc.co.uk. For a match worn shirt, the auction closes at 2 PM on Saturday. So, just thought we'd have a little look and see how we're getting on. There's 2 days and 15 hours to go. And as you would expect, the main man, Zion Fleming, £422, is top bidder. Next, it looks like we've got Jake Cooper. And you can, if you're a bit tight at the moment, you can get George Honeyman's shirt for £109. Not bad. Which is the lowest one at the moment. I don't know, it's because he wears a small. He's a bit tiny, isn't he? But then Jamie Shackleton's is 145. The interesting stuff. Danny McMara 213. Romain Essse 258. So there you go. These are the prices at the moment. Not too bad. Match worn shirt, signed by the player. But yeah, this is what they're sitting at now. There's still 2 days, 2.5 days to go. So we'll see how much money they raise. So far, the total is £3,741. So there you go. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.